G'day gamers, Wybot here with some Black Ops 3 gameplay from the PS4 Theatre Mode. That's right, I haven't been playing much of Gears of War UE. I'll be getting back onto that probably Sunday night or maybe Monday to get you a nice live cam footage here and there. But I haven't been playing that, so I had this game saved up from the other day in the Theatre Mode with a bookmark, and it is Weevil gameplay, TDM on the map Fringe. I don't start off too well, but towards the end I go on a little spree, and I think, and it does now because it's theatre mode, people, it doesn't really show you the KD at the end or what my result was, but I think it was, from memory, don't correct me on here, about 23 to 10 or 6, I think, something like that, because you'll see why. But the old Weevil there, thanks Nadeshot, it's a bit of fun, it's a bit of a challenge. Let's get into it. So the title says, was it really that offensive? Now you're probably wondering, what does that all mean, Wybot? Well, look, if you're not from Australia, we have Australia Day. And for the last 6 years or 7 years, or as far as I can remember, there's been this campaign for Australians to eat lamb. And they've used this guy who's a bit of an Aussie sports legend, supposedly, I don't really know who he is, to convince you to buy lamb. And they've been quite funny ads. But the most recent one this year has had some pretty high class, news reporters from SBS, which is our international broadcaster here in Australia, a couple of cricket stars, and they're using Marines to go around the world to bring Australians back from foreign places from ashore to come back and have some Aussie lamb. Now, these commandos jump through the skies and all that kind of stuff. Some of it's a bit funny, but there's one scene that's really cool. It's an uproar. And it's when they go in there, they go and rescue one bloke and say, come on, mate, we're taking you back home to eat some lamb. Now, the guy's cowed down on the ground. He's got a big beard. And, look, in reality, I reckon he'd be quite a tall fella, but they perceived him a bit weedy and weak. And he said, but I'm vegan. And then they say, abort. Now, that little scene, because after that the commando comes in and bombs and torches the whole desk, from that scene it's been the most complained about ad in Australian history, TV history. Yep, that's right, that bit. Now, I can understand if you're a vegan, and I will link that video in the description. It is a bit weird, but the thing is, there's been an outcry. So I watched this video by this young vegan couple in Australia who watched it, and they have their response to it. Now, these people look this lady look incredibly fit. No ounce of fat on them at all. They're very vegan, very pro-vegan. And I haven't watched any of the other videos, and it's great for the vegan community. Now, I've got nothing against vegans, but I think they've taken it a little bit too far. Now, they had some great valid points, because one of the ladies in the video clip, as you'll see, is stroking a dog, and they're saying, great. So they're advertising you to eat lamb, but it's all right to care for one species, but eat the other. And that's a valid point, but they've gone way too far here, because they're saying killing babies, you're starting a war, you're being aggressive, blah blah blah, and that might be true, but what they've got to look into the fact here, gamers, is dogs, lambs, sheep, which I think might be the same thing, goats, cows, all those animals are what we call domestic, and over thousands of years, or even hundreds of years, sorry I should say, not thousands, hundreds of years, man has been rebreeding them and creating them to be what we call domesticate for use for dairy, food, pelts, you name it. And whether you like it or not, that's the truth of the matter. Now, as harsh it would be to say how dare they eat dogs, in China they probably eat them to breed and just be for dogs. Now, I kind of agree with that. It is kind of cruel what they do to dogs. It's just as cruel what we do to some of these livestock here in Australia. We do have bolt guns and we do show a little bit of respect, but it's kind of harsh. At the end of the day, I think they've been quite offended, and if you ask me, there are more important things to be offended about in Australia Day rather than this ad about lambs and attacking vegans. Let's look at the bigger picture here, people. Let's look at the fact that, well, Aboriginals have had a pretty shit time since the white man's turned up. As I'm about to call him a Rafe, and you'll see why my kills go way up. The Rafe goes nuts. So there's things like that, because here in Australia, a lot of people started calling Australia Day Invasion Day, and I reckon it represents the poor atrocities and the poor treatment we have done to our Indigenous Australians in Australia over the years in the history. And it's not that long ago, peeps. We're only a very young nation. So pick your battles and get more serious about things. Now, they are saying it's a bad message to kids, which it could be. But like I tell parents and tell everybody else, don't get your kids to watch mainstream TV or ads like that if they're going to offend you or they're against what you believe in. And, it's Channel 9. I tell people not to watch Channel 9 at all anyway. I mean, really, let's face it, that mainstream TV in Australia has got a lot left to be desired. Trust me, I'd rather watch The Wiggles 24/7. Yep, you heard it here first. But I don't have any disrespect for vegans. I think the bigger picture is here. What people got to realise is, for all these cows and all these sheep, we've gone too far. We're mass producing. We're killing them way too much. We're clearing way too much land for these animals, for producing way too much meat. We should be doing it for veggies and so forth. Look, I know vegetarians which haven't eaten meat for 20 years, but they're going back to eating kangaroos. And I said, why is that? They go, well, the kangaroos are shot, the land's not cleared for them, and the whole animal is used. Believe it or not, 100% of it's used. And when it's killed humanely by professional hunters. They're only allowed to kill so many a year because they've got a certain badge. And the New South Wales government is very strict on it. Now, I'm pretty sure that's true. If I'm wrong, please correct me and tell me what you think down below, gamers. But I just think, if that's what you're really worried about, people, the main aim is I think we should change the Australian flag, personally myself, because it really is, I don't know, how can you say it? It's an English flag made by Chinese. And we're all going, Aussie, Aussie, oi, 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 oi. The thing I don't really like about is a lot of people in Australia today use it to be slightly racist, or more so racist in a subtle way, and more importantly, get absolutely wasted and intoxicated. That's something we should be concentrating more on, not about being offended if you're a vegan. Now, if you are a vegan, you know better. You know better than your aggressive meat eaters. And I just say switch off and turn away. I mean, me as a gamer, when I see people complaining, having to go about games, which is every day, and just as harsh as the vegans and stuff like that are being treated, do you see me making videos and carrying on the way I am and saying, declaring war? Nah, man, I just whack on my Xbox One and play it while those fat bastards and stupid boring people watch normal TV like Channel 9. And I couldn't give a dinkus cuss. So, I'll link both the videos down in the description. I personally believe they've gone a little bit too far. But they do have some valid points. Take that aside, people. Forget the drama. These two vegan couples do have a valid point. I don't like the Australian Day lamb ad. It's not really our lamb. I mean, lamb's been eaten by all sorts of cultures all over the planet. So it's not really to say Australia's lamb is ours. Cultures for thousands of years have been eating well before Australians. So frag and tab, be good to those that own you. Tell me what you think, Australians. Tell me what you think, people over in England and America. And I'll catch you mofos on the battlefield. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, because I certainly did.